Nigga, welcome back. Survival time, another episode, nigga. Alright, we finna get into this reaction video for Jamille Hill and motherfucking Al Sharpton punk ass. Now, if you know me, you know I don't really fuck with Al Sharpton, but I damn sure don't fuck with Jamille Hill. She overly do her part on the black issue. So yeah, we gonna get into that.
Welcome back to Politics Nation. It has been a history-making year for black football coaches. Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman has a chance to become the first African-American.
They already fucked up starting it off. Bro already said he don't want to take no excitement away from the fucking team. He already said that shit. He already said he don't want to make it seem like it's extra special that he the first black to do nothing, anything. He's the first coach or whatever. He a coach. He want to just be represented as a coach of his team. That's it. Why the fuck is niggas dragging this? This fucking video just fucking started, bro. And this old decrepit ass nigga steady pissing me off already. I don't even like this. This little Spangooly looking motherfucker.
Can coach to win an NCAA football championship. More than 40 years after that milestone was achieved in college hoops. And there were a record 9 coaches of color in the NFL this year, although that number is already dwindling after a few were fired this past week. It's America's favorite pastime, and the players are over 50% black. Joining me now to talk about that and other topics is Jamille Hill, a contributing writer for The Atlantic and the host of the iHeartRadio podcast, Splolitics. Am I saying Splolitics right, Jamille? I think I got it right. Jamille.
You did.
Jamille, before we talk sports, I have to ask you about the wildfires raging near your hometown of Los Angeles. You've been very engaged in social media about this tragedy. One fire broke out less than 5 miles from your house before firefighters contained it. First, how are you doing? I gotta ask about your mom, and how is the community holding up?
Well, you know, my mother loves you, Reverend Al, and right now she's actually, I just got word of this, unfortunately, like an hour ago. She's actually in the hospital dealing with a medical issue that we're still waiting to figure out what's going on. And I will very much pass on what I'm sure will be your prayers and warm wishes to her.
Absolutely.
But in terms of like what things have been like here, I mean, the best way to describe it is that everybody has been on edge. I mean, I'm lucky enough to live in a neighborhood that's probably about 35 minutes from the Pacific Palisades in the Malibu area. But the way these fires are moving,
let me say this right quick, okay? Because I don't want to take nothing away from the people in the fires and whatnot. But for one, God don't respect ambulance chasers. 2, your mama probably don't got enough money for him to pray for her. Let's be real. Al Sharpton charging. He taxed it, bitch. Fuck you thought this was? Ain't shit free around this motherfucker. Now let's see what the fuck they finna say about the LA fires. Matter of fact, before we get any further, I want to send prayers out to the who lost family members and lost homes and everything, because people have died behind this. Actually, I think it's about 11 people, I think, right now found. Shit is real.
Very unpredictable. And I live next to a state recreation area that also is surrounded by oil fields. And so when the residents over here heard about that fire, as these other fires were raging, naturally, we were all deeply concerned, in addition to receiving these evacuation warnings, both of which that turned out to be false. So it's just a very harrowing time. But I'm encouraged by the fact that the city of Los Angeles has pulled together. And I just want to take this opportunity to remind people, listen, the celebrities that lost their homes in Malibu and also in the Pacific Palisades, those have been the headlines. But I want people to understand that everybody in LA isn't a millionaire. Everybody isn't a celebrity. And there have been some other neighborhoods, other cities, Altadena, Pasadena, especially Altadena, which has one of the historically black communities, a thriving community where over 1,000 structures have been burned. And what saddens me is that because people have focused so much on the celebrity and their losses, that's allowed a lot of people to not have empathy for what's happening to people here in Los Angeles. But and that's not to say that the celebrities don't deserve empathy. Just because you're rich doesn't mean that you won't, that you deserve your home being burned down. And so there's just been this general attitude that, oh, you guys are rich, you can recover. And they couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of very hardworking people have lost their homes, and many of them will not get them back. That's what people have to understand.
And the area, one of the areas you talked about was a historic black area passed down from generations of families. But while while we're talking about wildfires, you came to the defense of LA Mayor Karen Bass in the comments of a blog posted involving Khloe Kardashian on Instagram. Khloe bashed Bass. She blasted Mayor Bass for calling her a quote joke over her handling of the infernos. But you say she's quote ill-informed. What exactly is she wrong about, Khloe Kardashian? And what do you make of the reaction to the fires online, where the disaster is being blamed on everything from DEI to endangered fish?
Look, I understand part of this is natural human reaction. This is a catastrophe here in Los Angeles like no one has seen before. And automatically people want to find somebody to blame. It is what it is. But what I would encourage everybody who's watching this program right now to do, Google Khloe Kardashian and the Kardashians and water usage. You'll find some very interesting information because their family alone, the amount of water they use is so...
First of all, bitch, what the fuck do they got to do with them having shit in the reservoir or having shit in hydrants? You can store water, bitch. You sound dumb as fuck. And it do have something to do with this DEI bullshit because everybody wants to be so inclusive. They so caught up in inclusive bullshit they forgot they had a job to do. If anything, yeah, I believe all them fucking governors and mayors should be gone. I feel like motherfucking even a fire chief need to be gone. The water people, all of that shit need to be, all them niggas need to be fired because this was a pre-situation that could have been pre-dealt with. This was a situation that could have been pre-handled. They already had a situation like this years ago. You feel me? People keep talking about like use ocean water. You can't use ocean water. Ocean water is salt water. So if you use salt water, you're gonna destroy the land. You make the land infertile. But I don't see what the fucking point is she trying to make with her these motherfuckers water. How much water they using? I understand it's a shortage of water in Los Angeles or just California period. But at the same time, that don't mean they can't have water stored up for emergency situations and shit like that. You sound stupid. It don't matter how much water they using, bitch. They pay more taxes than you or anybody else probably in that motherfucking state of California for their homes put together. And they all own properties out there. Most, what the fuck are you talking about? You sound dumb as fuck.
Excessive that it was a news story, a big news story here in Los Angeles. So I find that her comments to call out Mayor Bass, and especially in a moment where people are just trying to survive, you know, and you are one of the most glamorous, privileged families in this city. And so for her to call Mayor Bass a joke, it's just not the time for that. You know, listen, we don't know.
I'm gonna say this because she just said that dumbass shit and she just previously said it don't matter what the fuck people status was as far as whether they were celebrities or rich or not. They just lost their homes. They lost memories and pictures, etc. Things they can't get back. Some people lost family members, like I said earlier. But she just brought this up, talking about they living a glamorous life or whatever. What do that have to do with their home being burnt down? What people work for, I'm not understanding. People work for these things. You want to be mad because they got them, and now you mad at them because they mad because they lost them because of a mayor being incompetent at her job when she should have probably been checking that shit out to make sure it was good, making sure certain motherfuckers was doing their job, or even fire chiefs making sure certain things are being done because they are kind of a part of that area and field of that job. They should be making sure that fire hydrants got fucking water in them. So I'm not really understanding what the fuck that's about.
The source of these fires is so much information that we don't have, so much misinformation that has been allowed to really pollute this issue online. You know, between the back and forth between the fire department. Look, the fire chief herself said that even with however you want to frame these cuts, because the fire department did receive a raise, all right, I want everybody to understand that. There was 17 million cut from the budget. Then there was another 50 million that they received in raises and salary because they were in the process of negotiation when this city budget happened. Right. The police, or the fire chief herself said, okay, on television, that 17 million had nothing to do with why they were unable to fight these fires. The truth is sometimes very unsexy, right, and that's what people don't like. The truth is we had winds that were 100 miles an hour. A municipal water system that is not equipped to fight four to six major fires at one time, because people have to understand the same water the fire department gets is the same one the residents use. All right, so they are not. There's no water system in the country that is equipped to handle a fire of this magnitude. And that is the facts, right? Yeah. And so there will be time to assess Mayor Karen Bass's performance. I don't know if now in real time, as information is coming in and as we're trying to understand that information, if now is the time.
And
I don't judge Karen Bass.
Certainly we need to have people that's concerned, but let's have our priorities right, and let's also not come from a privileged perch and not deal with what is happening on the ground for everybody, as you said. But let's turn back to the NFL and its black coaches. I've been vocal in calling for the league to diversify in coaching ranks, and we've interviewed Miami Dolphins coach Brian Flores right after he was fired a few years back. This year, after the league set a record of coaches of color at the beginning of the season, 3 have already been fired by the end of the season, at the end of the season. Some have argued they're being held to a higher standard than their counterpart. The Rooney Rule was put in place to diversify head coach hires. Is it working as intended, Jamille?
And listen, there's mixed success, and there's a lot of people who feel uncomfortable with the Rooney Rule, and I get it, because, forcing these owners to have to interview a minority candidate, a lot of people feel like many of the interviews that happen are sham interviews.
I'm cutting this shit off right now. First of all, these dumb motherfuckers. This is a serious situation and a serious topic. That was very disrespectful. 1. 2, I don't even like that half dead ass nigga. Like dead ass, bro. Look at this nigga, bro. Look at the nigga. The nigga look like motherfucking Dracula before he come like take enough blood to be young. Look, y'all, this nigga look like he fresh out the coffin, bro. Or he about to get in that bitch. Y'all still trying to start race wars and bullshit over bullshit. Like, man, if the coach is qualified, he gonna get the job. But one thing about it, not even just the NFL, the NBA also, they be hiring who they want to hire, nigga. It ain't just about the coaches and the owners no more. It's also about players. Players can request people. Players actually got a voice more now than they ever did because they got social media back. But they not the ones speaking on this shit. They don't even really get no fuck, I don't think. Real talk. I really think more motherfuckers should be actually trying to argue or focus more on all NFL players getting more jobs outside of just anchoring and doing regular shit, little shit like that. They should be able to do shit amongst the teams that they used to play for once they retire, especially depending on the type of player they is. But anyway, yeah, I'm not finna get into that. Fuck that. For one, the fucking mayor of fucking LA fucked up because she could have been put out the motherfucker, but she didn't have the water. Okay, 1. 2, why would you not prepare for such a situation when you know the LA is known for wildfires and all of this other crazy ass shit? They have tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever. They be having all type of shit going on in LA. Why would you not prepare for this? Like, that's like Florida not preparing for like some crazy ass shit to happen out there. Like, that's why homes don't really get insured like that out there. That's why they so expensive to insure some shit out there. Y'all have so many natural disasters. This is a situation that actually has happened before in the past. So that's what makes her incompetent. She wasn't thinking ahead. Motherfuckers is thinking about all the wrong shit. They thinking about everything except protecting the people. It ain't just her. It's all these weak ass mayors. It's our mayor too. We got Mayor Brandon Johnson out here. He weak as fuck. Lame ass nigga. Mohawk having ass nigga. Fucking look like a hedgehog or something. 2 loose ass eyes and shit just moving around in his motherfucking skull. Look, point of the matter is, nigga, this is why we need to stop voting on shit or hiring based on fucking skin. We need to be hiring people and going for the actually are qualified to do this shit they talking about. Let's stop with all of this inclusive shit, bro. It's cool, to see our people get jobs and things of that nature, but let them be actually good at the job that they getting. Like, don't let them go undercut somebody because we want to see more black people doing this, that, and the third, because that might fuck up their organization. We don't know what the fuck. A lot of people don't really understand sports. A lot of people don't really understand life. A lot of people don't understand the government. These things are businesses, and when you don't prepare for such a thing to happen for you in your business, nigga, you don't need to be no boss of no business. You don't need to be no CEO, nigga. That's when you will get cut down, nigga, quick. The thing is, that's what the fuck people pointing at. The fire chief was more focused on the DEI bullshit than she was on handling this situation. They should have been focused on situations like this. Even though it's an emergency situation, you should be focused on handling such emergency situations to be prepared for such a thing. Be prepared. It don't even have to be about to happen. Just knowing that it might happen should make you more ready to like say, okay, let me make sure I got shit here, put shit here, make sure I got water in these damn fire hydrants just in case. Shit, if a fire happened on somebody's block, period, how are y'all gonna stop it and fight it? I'm not understanding. So how the fuck then they talking about a budget cut and then the budget raise? Another thing is this, so many people got fired. They didn't even have the manpower to even fight the fucking fires. They had to go get niggas from jail to fight the fires to help them. So I don't know what the fuck this bitch is talking about, bro. This bitch just be woofing. They always want to sit up, and it's really the Democrats that want to sit up there and not say nothing or point fingers. We gotta point fingers because we need to know who was responsible for what, who actually could have been on their job and who was asleep. You see what I'm saying? Niggas be running around trying to just make comments because niggas is black, niggas is this, niggas is that. That shit don't be mattering no more, man. Real talk, we need to be focused on who who taking pay cuts from niggas, who actually stealing money from under the boards, who's doing us dirty, who taking our tax money, why the fuck is the Pentagon steady failing? Why the fuck is we steady failing motherfucking tax audits? Like, I'm not understanding that part. Like, people not focused on the real shit in life. We be focused, especially my people, we be focused on the bullshit. We gotta stop focusing on all this transgender bullshit and start focusing on real issues, because we deferring from what the fuck really matters, and we gonna end up fucking up society, like, because we steady trying to hire motherfuckers based on all the wrong shit, or focused on putting people in position, because we not really tripping. Let's just put them in a position. They only got a few years to do it, so let them do it for a few years. It don't matter if they fuck up. We can vote for somebody else. Nah, fuck that, because shit like this can happen and lives can be lost. Y'all niggas need to stop tripping and start actually doing your research, start actually paying more attention, and start actually thinking, and stop thinking inside the box to defend people, and start thinking outside the box to figure out how the fuck this situation could have been prevented. I'm out, but I'm gonna leave this link in the description. Y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think. I ain't really like the fact that they switched that shit up from the fire situation out in LA and in California and shit, because at the end of the day, people are dying out there to some fucking football diversity bullshit. I don't like Al Sharp, bro. This is exactly what I just said. They show no empathy, no sympathy for these people, bro. That's exactly what I be talking about with this nigga. But he's supposed to be a pastor, but we talking about football during a time like this. Come on now. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though.
Understand what worth is. These snakes is lurking, observing, trying to close your curtain.